We open up the anime with the kaiju getting absolutely demolished with big anime booms. This is Mina, a kaiju killer queen, and this is Kafka. He's 32, wanting to be a kaiju killer, but ends up as a kaiju janitor. And of course, these two made a promise as kids to join the defense force together in the most anime fashion possible. New guy Ichikawa joins the crew, and this guy is serious, unlike this goofball. Then while they're having a bromance moment, a mini kaiju attacks. Kafka loses a leg but saves the kohai, and then Mina arrives and saves both of their asses. Then in the hospital, Kafka takes a radioactive mosquito in his mouth and becomes a kaiju himself.
Will Kafka learn how to control this terrifying power, or will he have to give up on his dream? Find out in the next exciting episode of Kaiju No. 8.
Episode 2 starts with Kafka p***ing himself. I mean, literally p***ing himself from his lips. The Yoju from episode 1 shows up, and this time, Kafka gives him that Saitama special, if you know what I'm saying. With the power of anime flashback, he transforms back into the human form but can't control his kaiju form fully. The defense force shows up late and they're like, what the hell happened here, bruh? 3 months pass. Kafka is still hiding, but Ichikawa gives him the good news that both of them made it to the exam stage. There, we meet our main cast. Furuhashi, a hot-headed Bakugo type character. Izumo, a rich buddy who's just a chill guy. Aoi, a gym bro. And Kikoru, a rich brat who throws away our boy's company car.
After getting our kaiju juices from the places we won't mention, Kafka now has the power to defeat any kaiju with ease. With the exams closing in and his transformation barely under control, how long can he keep his dark secrets? Find out next time in the most exciting episode of Kaiju No. 8.
The physical exam begins and this 32 years old man is struggling. Like brother almost finished last. Kikoru mocks his old as she came at 5th place. But props to Kafka as he didn't cheat with his kaiju powers. Then we learn that Kikoru isn't just a brat, but she's the most talented applicant. Then we meet the vice captain Hoshina, chill guy, always smiling, definitely hiding some kids in his basement, I'm telling you. Now, the real test begins. A live kaiju combat exam. Everyone gets a special suit to boost their strength. Everyone's hitting 10 to 20%. And we pan to Kafka. But this is where Kafka really shines. With years of janitor experience, he knows ins and outs of most kaijus. He starts using his brain to fight and help others. At the end, Kafka has had enough, as he's about to show everyone why he's the main character. The music is dramatic and everyone's waiting. Like, bro, why is everyone acting so surprised?
Will Kafka pass the final exam of his life? Or would he fail and go back to being a janitor? The only way to find out is to stay tuned to the next jaw-dropping episode of Kaiju No. 8.
In episode 4, Kafka and Ichikawa team up looking all goofy and all kaijus are gone because Kikoru, now the mood is all happy, you know. They always do that before something crazy is about to happen. And that crazy is a humanoid kaiju, just like Kafka. Except this kaiju can revive other kaijus. And Kikoru is now on the verge of death. Kafka has no other choice but to transform and save Kikoru. Now to save himself, bro starts begging to the high school girl. Kafka's power level is identified as a 9.8 fortitude. Basically strong enough to have his own custom username. Hence the show name. Kaiju No. 8. Of course, the captains arrived late to the action again. Hoshina puts it together and links it back to the incident 3 months ago. Final scene, that mysterious kaiju is watching the news while taking a dump in a public restroom. And here's the plot twist. He's a human and he works in a kaiju cleanup crew.
Kafka reveals his grave secret and accidentally raises up an underage girl. But who exactly is this mysterious kaiju? And why is he watching news from a public toilet? Find out next time in the most thrilling episode of Kaiju No. 8.
Episode 5 starts with Kikoru not dying thanks to the anime plot armor. Obviously, everyone passes the exam and the induction ceremony begins. But wait, where's Kafka? Oh, there he is. Wait, why is he blushing? And why is he saying all of that for? Well, now he has to do push-ups while every girl is judging him. So how did Kafka pass with 0% combat score? It's simple. The vice captain Hoshina thinks that he's hilarious. Okay, fine. It's just because he's suspicious of Kafka, you know. And Kafka is scared because if he finds out, they turn his body into a weapon. The target training begins and bam, everyone levels up. Even my boy Kafka got some juice in his tank now. Next day is all about anime Nakama vibes. You know, teamwork type shit. But just when things get cozy, the alarm hits. It's finally time for the first mission.
With the suspicion building and the new danger ahead, will this first mission be his final mission? Find out in the most mind-blowing episode of Kaiju No. 8.
The next episode is intense. People evacuating, streets are empty, and the military deployed. All because of this alien kaiju. This kaiju got his minions terrorizing the whole block. I mean, this thing is massive. I'm talking like an alien Godzilla. Wait, where did this even be hiding all this time? Like, what? Anyways, as expected, Kikoru is close to her new kill streak. Ichikawa's customizing his loadout with his freeze rounds. Like, where did he get that from? Kafka starts doing autopsy on a corpse to help out. Meanwhile, Mina pulls up with a Bazonga Ronga 9000 out of I don't know where. She decimates that poor little thing with over 90% combat power. Okay, maybe a few more extra shots to show off for Kafka. And now it's Hoshina's turn. Yep, he's a total badass as well. And finally, it's cleanup time. Ichikawa and Iharu starts mopping up the rest of the minions, but then the humanoid kaiju returns.
As the alien Godzilla falls, and even greater nightmare makes his return. Will this duo survive his malicious intention, or will this be their final mission? Find out in the next shocking episode of Kaiju No. 8.
The next episode is all about this kaiju notifying Ichikawa and Iharu. Ichikawa aggroes so that Iharu can call for backup, but this dumbass comes back and faints. Like, really, bruh? Oh, never mind. I take it back. This kaiju placed a barrier so that no one can leave or enter. The counterattack, it doesn't work. Ichikawa gets that Thor special, if you know what I mean. Now, I don't know why. Brother starts torturing my man. Then right as he's about to finish him off, Kafka spawns behind like Undertaker and blows his head off. Now it's a kaiju off between kaiju number 8 and number 9. My man Kafka got that aura, fam. Like, it ain't even close. Bro is getting bit by his own race. And here comes that one punch kaiju. It's easy peasy for him, but of course, some random NPCs start targeting Kafka and this kaiju gets away. This shit always happens in anime and it pisses me off, bruh. And with the reappearance of 9.8 Fortitude Kaiju, Hoshina wants a piece of that pie. Oh shit.
Thanks to some NPC activities, Kaiju No. 9 escapes alive. But now the Fruit Ninja Demon has locked onto a new target. Will Kafka survive the upcoming ass whooping? Or will his secret finally be exposed? Find out in the next testosterone heavy episode of Kaiju No. 8.
Episode 8 is a target practice for Hoshina, and when I said he's a Fruit Ninja Demon, I meant it. Somehow, Kafka manages to slip away. Kaiju No. 9 migrates into a new body to plan more of his mischiefs. Everyone survives, so naturally, it's Wagyu time. Thanks to Haruichi's wallet. Turns out he's the heir to the company that supplies all the weapons to the defense force. Then we get that classic anime bonding. Everyone's joking around. Kafka is drunk and he's arm wrestling the WWE wrestler. Because of Kafka's glow up, he gets promoted from a cadet to an officer. Man, it's too happy yappy right now. And if you watch anime like I have, you know what that means. But before that, we get some hot Hoshina fan service. Bro's got that sleeper build. He's now fully logged on to Kaiju No. 8. And Kafka is pissing his pants. I mean, his nips. Oh, and this is that something bad I was talking about.
Thanks to Kafka, the team lives to see another day. But with these flying monsters closing ahead, will Thor armor save Kafka this time? Find out in the next most exhilarating episode of Kaiju No. 8.
Episode 9 is so chill. Kafka's having coffee, cool breeze. Just kidding. It's raining fireballs. The base is surrounded by hundreds of flying dinosaur kaiju, and leading the charge is Kaiju number 10. This dude is not playing around. He dives straight at Hoshina, and the most epic battle of the series begins. With Hoshina unleashing his full combat power, you know this is serious business. Kafka is raising up the underage girls again. With the power of anime and friendship, the team turns the tides. Hoshina is just showing off at this point. And just when they start celebrating, bro starts evolving into his final form. Because for him, that was just a tutorial.
Will Hoshina survive his final form, or will he become the main course for this kaiju's meal? Find out next time in the most explosive episode of Kaiju number 8.
In episode 10, Hoshina is on the verge of death, and you know what that means. Anime flashback motivation. But even then, all he can do is dodge this kaiju's relentless attacks. He's ready to risk his life in order to protect the base. But thankfully, Mina pulls up like a boss and saves the day. The defense force is victorious again, but barely. And the aftermath, Hoshina survives. The team starts helping each other, and Kafka starts bawling out like a girl. But there's no time to breathe because bad music hits. It's a whole kaiju bomb floating in the sky. Kafka skips all the dialogue, starts running towards the bomb, transforming mid-air, blasts off his jet boost head-on. The explosion tears through the ozone layer. Everyone survives thanks to Kafka's heroic actions. But as expected, now everyone's guns are pointing at his head. Kaiju number 8 is finally captured.
The hero saves everyone, but at what cost? Will Kafka survive this time, or will he be turned into some CSGO weapon skin? Find out in the next shocking episode of Kaiju number 8.
Now Kafka is getting transported to the Defense Force headquarters to face judgment. He feels guilty for hiding his secret, but Mina reassures him that the whole squad got his back. He gets a respectful send-off with the entire division saluting him like a hero. At the headquarters, the mood shifts. There's no escape this time. Mina writes a report to help out with Kafka's case. Even Kikoru tries to help. Now with their base in ruins, the officers are being reassigned to the new divisions, and then he arrives. Director Shinomiya, aka the strongest soldier in history. He pulls up with custom gauntlet crafted from Kaiju number 2. His mission is to eliminate Kaiju number 8. In a matter of life and death, the Kaiju instincts take over, and now Kafka has gone berserk.
With zero control over his body, will Kafka prove his humanity, or will he join the dark side? Find out in the next action-packed episode of Kaiju number 8.
In the last episode, mid-fight, the Baldy suggests that the director might be testing out Kafka, which makes sense. If he wanted Kafka dead, he could have ended the show at the start. Kaiju number 8 is unpredictable and savage. He's getting stronger every second, and the director is now on the defense. Like bro starts playing whack-a-mole with his body. For a moment, it looks like the end. The director is immobilized. Kaiju number 8 goes for his final strike. But instead of that kill shot, Kafka stabs himself. In that moment, Kafka proves to himself and the others that he is a human and not a senseless kaiju. Then we get a glimpse of Ganon Naruma, a major character in season 2. And the final verdict, Kafka lives as a secret weapon against the uprising threats, while everyone else opposes this decision. Now, with all eyes on him, Kafka enters a new battlefield.
Can Kafka prove that he is more than just a monster? Will humanity accept his greatest weapon, or will they destroy it? Find out in season 2 of Kaiju number 8.